Matidas ji was a resident of village Karyala in district Jhelum, now in Pakistan. This village is located about 10 kilometers from Chakwal on road Chakwal Tehsil to Katas Raj. This region is famous by the name of Tani. The nature has adored it with many brooks and hillocks. Katas Raj is a famous place of Hindus. Bhai Matidas ji was a descendant of Baba Gautam ji. Bhai Hiranand was father of Bhai Matidas. Bhai Hiranand was son of Bhai Dwarka Das and grandson of Bhai Piraga ji. But Wahi Multani Sindhi describes the incident of martyrdom of Bhai Matidas and Bhai Satidas ji along with Guru Tegh Bahadur ji as under. Galo Matidas Satidas बेटे हीरानंद के, पोते लखीदास के, पड़पोते पिरागा के वंश गौतम का मारे गए. In some Patwahis, the name Dwarkadas is found instead of Lakhidas, and that is more famous. Bhai Gurdas ji has made a mention of Bhai Piraga ji as a Sikh of Guru Arjan Dev ji. Purkh Piraga Shabad Adara. The coming of Bhai Jata, Bhai Nanda and Bhai Piraga in the court of Guru Arjan Dev ji is mentioned in the book Sikhan di Bhagat Mala. Bhai Hiranand ji had brought both his sons Matidas and Satidas ji in the darbar of Sri Guru Har Rai ji. After entrusting them in the care of Guru Sahib, Bhai Hiranand ji breathed his last. Bhai Dargamal, a brother of Bhai Hiranand ji, was Diwan in the court of Guru Har Krishan ji. Guru Tegh Bahadur ji too had bestowed the appointment of Diwan to Bhai Dargamal ji. Because of his old age, he felt himself incapable of discharging his duties. Therefore, he requested Guruji to appoint his nephew Matidas as Diwan. Guruji agreed to the proposal. Bhai Matidas ji was a scholar of Persian language. He took over the task of Diwan in Guru's house. While performing the duties of Diwan, Bhai Matidas ji observed abundance of sympathy, compassion and goodwill for the poor in the heart of Guru Tegh Bahadur ji. He was ever ready to come to the aid of needy and oppressed. Bhai Matidas ji also found many Sikhs of integrity and unflinching faith on their Guru. This experience of Bhai Matidas had molded him into a disciple with courage and conviction of a very high order who could lay down his life at the bidding of his Guru. When Kashmiri Brahmins led by Pandit Kriparam came to the court of Guru Sahib and narrated the incidents of atrocities committed on Hindus by Sher Khan, the governor of Kashmir, under the orders of Emperor Aurangzeb, who had desired their forcible conversion to Islam. Bhai Matidas was present there. Moved by their agonizing tales, Guru Tegh Bahadur had decided to protect the Hindu religion from the onslaught of tyrant Aurangzeb. He asked Kashmiri Brahmins to deliver a message to Aurangzeb, assuring him that if he could persuade him, Guru Tegh Bahadur, to become a Muslim, then all Hindus of the country would gladly and willingly adopt Islam as their religion. This decision of self-sacrifice had impressed Bhai Matidas no end. Kashmiri Brahmins went away delighted, since they knew that Guru Tegh Bahadur ji would never agree to convert to Islam. Through governor of Lahore, they sent a message to Emperor Aurangzeb that they will adopt Islam if Guru Tegh Bahadur ji made to give up his religion in favor of Islam. Guru Tegh Bahadur could sense the impending development, so he immediately set out for Delhi, following a route that would take him to the maximum number of villages and towns where he could preach as well as inspire people to remain peaceful. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was arrested at Agra. Of all the Sikhs who had accompanied him, most of them were sent back except three. They were Bhai Matidas, Bhai Satidas and Bhai Dayalaji. All of them were brought to Delhi with Guru Sahib and put into a prison. The learned Qazis of the royal court tried their best to convince and persuade Guru Tegh Bahadur to convert to Islam but failed. Even Emperor Aurangzeb tried his wisdom to prove that Islam was the only true religion of the world, and forcible conversion into this religion was implementation of divine will that he was carrying out. All these attempts had no effect on them. The emperor now decided to instill fear of death in his mind. Therefore, he first ordered torturing to death each of his followers who were jailed along with Guru Sahib. Bhai Matidas became the first target of their evil design. On a morning of November 1675, Bhai Matidas was escorted to Chandni Chowk by some soldiers of the emperor. He was in chains and his legs were fastened in shackles. A proclamation made a day earlier in the town had fetched thousands of residents to come and watch the gory scene. There was no sign of fear on the face of Bhai Matidas. He seems to be at peace and contented with himself. The name of the Lord had remained on his tongue all these days. Before the process of execution commenced, the Qazis and other court officials once again made attempts to bring him around to give up his obstinacy and adopt Islam, as he had everything to gain in the bargain. Beside leading a luxurious life as a Muslim, he was assured that their prophet would recommend him to be accommodated in heaven. When Bhai Matidas Ji laughed away their tall and baseless promises, he was threatened to be sawn alive into two. It still did not deter him, and he replied, "You are wasting your time. My faith is most dear to me. I can sacrifice 1,000 heavens over it." Seeing his unflinching resolve, Qazi asked Bhai Matidas if he had any last wish before he was done to death. Bhai Matidas requested that he may be executed while facing his guru, who too had been brought to the Chandni Chowk to see the gory spectacle. Bhai Matidas was now tied between two thick logs of wood. Two professional executioners placed a huge saw on the head of Bhai Matidas Ji. The Qazi tried his guile once again but failed. Bhai Ji remained engrossed in the Naam Simran of the Lord. Peeved at the insistence, the Qazi gave final orders to the executioners, who started the to and fro movement of the big saw. Blood started spurting out from the body that drenched the executioners as well as the ground below. It did not take much long for the body to get split into two. Bhai Matidas sacrificed his life for his faith and righteousness. Many spectators wept at the dreadful method of execution and felt much hatred for the emperor. It, however, pleased many stone-hearted Muslims who held it as an act of Iman for good of Islam. By his example of steadfast faith, courage, and exemplary conduct, he pleased his Guru and God alike. It added another chapter in the history of mankind and Sikhs of high ideals, challenging the tyranny and oppression at the cost of their lives.